Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia. We're in the Temple of Piran here and trying to track down the fire crystal. I went back and made it here, now we're just ready to continue on. So we're exploring this cool pyramid. I really think this level is interesting. It reminds me a little bit of the Spirit Temple in Zelda. And you can see there's a moonfish over there, but unfortunately we can't get it. It's too far away, so that sort of sucks. But if you look down there, you can see that there's a platform under there. We'll have to probably wait until we get there in order to get that moonfish. So we just want to head down here. It's a pretty straightforward path, this dungeon. Most dungeons in this game are relatively straightforward. They seem complicated, but they're not. And here we have a couple new enemies. First new enemy is the dung fly. Not a big threat. And then these death heads are basically just the evolved form of the mind slayer enemy we fought in the Valuan sewers. So, like those guys, they can be a little bit annoying, but I'm not too concerned with them. So we'll just have Fina attack. Ica use her Alpha Storm, which is extremely effective. It kills Durell beetles at this point, which is really good. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but oh well. Luckily it missed. That's pretty nice. Okay, well, Fina's attack, I thought it would do a little more damage than that, but I guess not. Never count on Fina. The Dungfly ran. That's nice, I guess. I don't know. Pretty simple stuff. Not too complicated. They're not those tiki heads. Those tiki heads are a little bit more difficult. Magma tikis. Just have Fina kill this guy, hopefully. Nope. Don't counterattack. Of course. Of course. That's what I get for just mashing the A button. You get a counterattack.
That was easy.
Okay, well, pretty good experience though. 200 experience is no joke, and at this point we're pretty close to getting Fina the purple magic she needs, which is good. Still can't get that moonfish even though we can hear it. It's very irritating. But we're not worrying about it. We're tough. We can handle it. Okay. Now this part is the Indiana Jones part of the game. These boulders will drop from here, and you need to outrun them, basically. I always wait until the boulder drops right in front of me, then I run over here, boom, into this alcove. This leads to another area. And in fact, it leads back to the upper area we were just at. Fina learned Crystallis in that last battle, which is going to be really useful. And we can hopefully grab the moonfish now. Yes. Because this alcove led back into this area and led to a path that leads across here, and now we're able to go up here. And into this treasure chest, which, as always, all the treasure chests in this area, with the one exception, have a fight with magma tikis. And unfortunately for us, we lost the Crystallis box. Well, we would be able to use 3, but we can't because one of them broke. We'll have Ica use it again, and I guess we'll just have Fina cast the spell since she just learned it. Ica also has it, so it's not such a big deal.
Let's try this.
Luckily that time it didn't break. We'll just have Ica be the one to only use it.
Here goes.
Yay, we got lucky that time, I guess. Or rather, we just didn't get really unlucky. That was crazy last time.
Move.
But this should be good. Yeah, I should mention that if you just regularly attack these guys, it does very little damage unless you have, you know, the weapon fixed on the correct element. And I forgot to change Fina's weapon in battle. I have a bad habit of doing that. But we don't want her to be learning purple magic anymore. We need green magic for her. And we got an ancient robe, which is nice because I need to go into her equipment anyway, so I can use the opportunity to equip the ancient robe on her. It gives a little more defense and magic defense, loses a little hit and dodge. Okay, I'll deal with that. And we need to, I forgot to do this. We need to swap her element. We want green magic. We need to get her green magic all the way up as fast as possible. She's almost actually caught up with Aika. I think she's pretty close to level 3 on it. Maybe not. Or I should say level 4. Okay, we just gotta keep going back to where we were. Nothing too exciting going down this hallway here. We want to make sure that a boulder passes us. We don't want to kill. Okay, just run past it and duck out of the way. We should be fine here. Okay, now we're in another room. This is a pretty big room, and it's, I guess you'd say it's the first puzzle of the area. Not too bad, but where the heck is the way down? There it is. I just ran right past it. Basically, it's pretty obvious what you have to do. You just take these barrels and you want to roll them into these various holes. So, you know, you obviously want to do the ones on the side first because they can go into these holes. Not a very complicated puzzle. You just do the ones on the side first, then roll the one on the end there, all the way to the other side. And yeah, if you mess up this puzzle, you can just walk out and redo it. Not too bad, not too bad. Excellent. Pretty easy. They'll get a little bit harder, but there are no puzzles in here that are quite as difficult as that Maramba maze we did yesterday. Or the day before yesterday, I should say. That's not such a big deal. Okay. Venturing even deeper. First thing we can do is, there's a treasure chest, which means we have to fight Magma Tikis. And we got a Sacres Crystals 3. Yeah, I lost another Crystallis box in that fight, of course. Truly a shock. But anyway, not a terrible loss, I guess. I don't think it's worth it for a Sacres Crystal, but another set of Magma Tikis later, and we get a Dancing Arc. That's a Bloomerang for Aika. I don't know, it's not very easy to tell that that's what it is, but that's what it is. And it's a lot better, so we can equip her with that and get rid of that Valua Rang we've had since we were in Valua. Now we want to head this way, and it's a little bit of a maze here, but it's pretty easy to navigate. You go up here again, here's another treasure chest. 3 more Magma Tikis later, and you get 774 gold. Alright, pretty good. Pretty good. You're getting good experience off those guys as well. So now we want to head west here. We want to head west again. You can always, I always use, when I say west, I mean looking at that map down there. And here's a puzzle. Another barrel puzzle. Before we start this one, we want to kind of get a lay of the land, right? So, looks to me like the obvious thing to do first is to roll this red barrel here down into this thing there. We don't want to roll the blue barrel down too quickly. And same with this. Go ahead and roll the red barrel here down into there. And then the blue barrel, you want to roll it into the remaining hole. We want to start with this one. Roll it here. And then roll this barrel into the final hole. That should be it. Cool. That activates this crazy contraption. No idea how this is happening. It's pretty neat. Okay. Well, yep. We just gotta head where that door's telling us to go. Nowhere else really to go. Head over here. Just keep going down the narrow pathway. And this looks like a boulder area to me, but just run. Don't mess around. Get in there. Alright. Now run back across, because there's a Cham in here. We got one more Cham for Fina. Run back over here. Bam. We made it. Go ahead and use the Cham. I don't think it'll do anything, but might as well. Who knows? Nope. So, we definitely want to go up this eastern, or excuse me, western path because there's a treasure chest here. 3 more magma tikis later, we get a moonberry. Alright, we really need that. Particularly good treasure there. And we're gonna just wait for this boulder to run past. Bang! Get out here. We need to run down this hallway as fast as we can. We should be fine. Good. Let's get a look at this room. Okay, not a big deal. Just a pit where the boulder goes in. Let's see. We'll go through this door here. Okay. I think we're pretty far underground, do you? Yes, it does look that way. This whole area is like in a volcano or something. I don't know where that came from, but it's pretty neat. Let's look at our health, make sure everybody's okay. Fina could use a little bit of love. Let's give her some. Yeah, everybody else should be fine. And also MP, we've used 3 casts of Crystallis with Ica and 5 with Fina. Should be relatively fine. I think our MP's doing okay. I'm running into the side of the walkway for some reason. This area is basically just, once again, pretty straightforward. You need to walk down the stairs, across this path. And fight some new enemies. There's the red looper again. But we also have to fight these salamander things. I don't remember what they're called exactly, but they sure look like salamanders. And unfortunately we got back attacked, which means we have to sit through all these guys' attacks. But that's nice that you get to see what they can do. They are in fact salamanders. Not that creative a name, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, thank you. And they have very low health, so this is not a hard battle. And it will be especially not hard considering the fact that we've got back attacks. And that means that we actually have double the SP we would usually have, which means we can use the Mighty Lambda Burst. This is an absurdly good move. And pretty much in the next area, we'll be able to use it first turn immediately. And once we can, you'll see what this thing can do. It almost always kills all enemies for quite some time. Like, obviously the loopers are immune to it, but everybody else annihilated. And we're probably gonna miss again, because that's the deal with these stupid Lupulons. They're very difficult to hit. Ugh. Usually I just use Cutlass Fury on them, but we can't do that, so just do what we can, I guess. Try to hit it. Okay, whatever, it ran. That's saved me some time.
Is it over already?
Cool, okay. We are almost at rank 5 green with Ico. Just 100 more points and we're there. It's exciting. It's exciting stuff, guys. Okay. Here's a treasure chest just along this path. It's actually pretty easy to miss this one. 3 magma tikis later. Magic droplet 5. That's actually pretty good because we could be running low on magic by now. Some of you may be, depending on how often you have to use your spells. I've gotten a little lucky. I had really bad luck. My first 2 magma tiki battles and 3 of my Crystallis boxes broke, but that 4th one, man, it's lasted this long. Another little curious thing about these treasure chests in this dungeon is that this is the only dungeon in the game that has regular enemies in every chest. I don't know why they did that in this game, but for whatever reason, there you go. So, this is a little platform here. If we hit it, we drop water in here. That does very little for us, but bear that in mind. As you can see, it just drains away. Curious. But we don't have to worry about that right now. We just want to head up here. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of this place, so that's good. There's treasure chest way at the end of this path here. Just keep heading over there. Pretty easy. And before we open this treasure chest, we actually want to do a little bit of healing. Make sure everybody's okay. It'd be nice if Ica had rank 5, but she does not, so We'll make do with some... We'll drop a Sacred Crystal on both Ica and Fina here. The reason you want to make sure you heal is because this is not a normal treasure battle. Basically, every dungeon and area you go to will have one treasure chest that will have this particular enemy in it. This guy is the Zivlin Bane. I think his name is actually just Zivlin Bane. He's basically like a treasure hunter, and you'll see him in these treasure chests. Now, the deal with Zivlin Bane is that he actually played a bigger role in the Dreamcast version because his treasure factored into Pinta's quest. So you'd get a treasure in this game, and you could give it to Pinta, and it'd make it really good. Because he's kind of a mini-boss, I treat it like a boss battle. He'll do a lot of damage to us, which is why I'm giving Glyph of Might to Vice and Glyph of Quick, whatever, Glyph of Speed to the others. He also has a lot of health, and he can do a ton of damage really fast if you let him.
Try this.
And if you get a little bit unlucky, I should say, because he has a special move that'll do a ton of damage. Now that Fina used that Glyph of Speed there, I'm gonna just have her guard for the rest of this battle. I'm not gonna worry about her doing anything. She might use an item or something, but it's just not worth like her dying. Also, you want to have Vice's Cutlass be the blue elemental, either blue or purple for this one. It'll do more damage to this guy, which is what we want, obviously. Yeah, this is why I had her guard. He would probably have killed her right there if he hadn't guarded. Either that or she'd be very close to dead. He can do about 700 to 800 damage in a little area of effect. We're luckily pretty spread out. I was prepared well for this battle. So I knew, hey, this guy's gonna do a lot of work.
Here goes.
Hopefully he'll die this turn. Vice will hit him and he'll die. Perfect. We didn't take any casualties. We got all the experience we needed.
Let us be thankful for our safety.
And Fina's thankful for our safety. Alright, 199. He actually drops decent Iceal Seed, and then we get the treasure. In the original Skies of Arcadia for the Dreamcast, this was a Pinta quest item. It's like one of his quest item, basically. But in this game, all it is just a sellable item. It sells for a fair amount, so it's okay, but, it's nothing too exciting, unfortunately. Anyway, now that we've beaten that guy, we have all the treasures here, and we have one last puzzle. Okay, so this is a little tricksy. As you can see, it's best to get a little bit of an idea of what to do here, I think. Well, for one thing, there's a moonfish, which is irritating, but we can't get that yet. We need to make sure, basically, this is pretty clear, I feel like, but the clear thing we have to do is we have these barriers here that are all up, except for the one on the far left, and that's the only one that we can really get, right? So it seems to me that we should start there by rolling that far left barrel into its spot, this one. So, nice thing the game designer did is, now that there's this puzzle, they eliminated the random battles for a little while. We can then do this, put this guy in its place, which that will allow that to go down, which we don't want actually, because we want to roll the bottom one across into the in front of the red one. So that way the red one will fall into its hole nice and softly. Not the hardest puzzle in the world, but it can be a little tricky if you make the wrong start. Basically, the start is what's important with this puzzle. Alright, so that just raised the lava. That seems bad, but what do I know? I'm not the one who designed this temple. Alright. So now let's find this moonfish, because its noise is driving me crazy. It's over there. Come on, moonfish. How do I get you? Curses. Well, we can't get it. But we can get it soon. It's just there to taunt us, guys. It's just there to taunt us. Believe me. It irritates me more than anyone. But now that there's lava all across this area, we can flood the channel with water, and that create... Well, I mean, if you guys don't know what water does to lava, I can't help you much. I don't know where this water comes from, but it's convenient. And we should be able to find this moonfish. If I can get in this position. Come on, game. Can't go any further up. It's annoying. Okay, we got it. Ah, buddy. That's a pain in the butt. Okay, now that we found the save point, I'm gonna stop here because, as you guys will know, the save point at the end of a dungeon. What does that mean? Well, find out next time on Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. See you then.